Today is Monday, August 25th of August, and let's take a look at what Nasdaq might do. I'd start right away with the weekly chart. We're looking at this clean chart. You can see pretty clearly how the candle, with last Friday's news, the weekly one almost closed as a hammer. Yes, we did accept the short, but still, the push from the news about the possible rate cut in America gave, its reaction. So as far as the weekly chart is concerned, we can say there's definitely a lot of liquidity down here, but still a huge rejection. Let's move on to the daily, which is even a bit more interesting. So let's take a look at the daily for a moment and try to understand what they don't want to do. For now, I'm marking this daily fair value gap where we hit exactly 50% on Friday and got a reaction. On the weekly level, we have an inverter gap at this daily level. We're still talking about the daily, guys, so please pay close attention, because if you start looking for, 1-minute entries on a daily inverter or fair value gap, you really need to be extremely careful. We're also creating a long fair value gap, but for now, I'm just leaving it there. Let's take a look. There's also this area here, which is close to the options zone, and it's another daily fair value gap that signals a short, okay? So we have two short fair value gaps, a BPR, sorry, it's not an inverter. That is, a BPR at the close of today, at the end of today's session. But anyway, for now, we'll just mark it. Let's move on to the 4-hour chart. After that, we'll mark all the liquidity, okay? So, on the 4-hour chart, you can clearly see how we had already marked an inverter at this level last time. Let's go ahead and mark the current 4-hour fair value gap as well, okay? It was almost completely mitigated and not accepted, and now we're getting to the interesting part, because we have a fair value gap as big as a house, guys, with really high volatility. We have a fair value gap here that's calling out. What's it calling for? It's definitely calling for a price and discount to try to reverse this whole move, okay? So, for sure, these zones here are really good for looking for longs. Let's go grab the liquidity. I'd start just from the daily liquidity. Daily liquidity, yeah, since it's Friday, and here we have our daily liquidity. We can see that, logically, we're still ranging inside Friday's daily candle. We basically haven't taken out anything yet. The price is definitely getting ready for some moves, and we'll definitely see what could happen with the New York Open. Let's switch to the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, guys, when we have all these fair value gaps, both long and short, seriously, guys, you need to be extremely careful, okay? Because we have, confluence is signaling short, confluence is signaling long, reversal moves, along with a bearish trend. So really, guys, especially for today, you need to be extremely careful. On the 1-hour chart, we have a fair value gap that we'll mark here as well, guys, but they're really starting to add up, aren't they? Definitely, this area, this momentum here needs to be mitigated. Whether they want to go there now, tomorrow, or another day. Unfortunately, we just can't know that. Let's switch to the 15-minute chart, which is what interests us the most, okay? And now I'll move these zones back a bit because they might get in the way. Let's go grab our liquidity. We have the New York afternoon at this level, which hasn't been taken yet. Same thing here, this is the New York afternoon as well. Then let's go for the Asian session, the short, that low has already been taken, but the long one hasn't yet. So, we are starting to clearly see that the price action is beginning to leave behind some dynamic liquidity, right? And LT, break time equals 0.5s/NGT. So, if there is indeed a reversal, I would aim directly for this specific area here, okay? And LT, break time equals 0.5s/NGT. We don't know when or where they'll do it, obviously, but in my opinion, for now, we're long, okay? We're long, the important thing is to figure out where they want to start from. Let's get started with the trades, guys. So if I want to go for a long, my first confluence zone for a possible long is around 19 hours 30 minutes and 22 seconds to see how it reacts at the middles, logically, and to try to catch that move. But if we were to make this move, we'd be targeting the Asian session, then the New York afternoon, and then go for the daily liquidity to actually see a price reversal and possibly push even higher. My outlook, guys, is short actually, it's long, so I won't be looking for shorts today, except, maybe, if there's some daily liquidity, but otherwise I'll only be looking for longs. Another area I'm logically interested in for longs, guys, is if the price keeps dropping, we'll be looking at this area here, okay? What could the price do? Definitely, the mitigation of the 1-hour fair value gap and the mitigation of the 4-hour fair value gap at 50% is a really great area to try something. And from here, we can look to take our long. This daily BPR will form with the close of the day, so for now, don't take it into account, okay? Now let's take a look at what the price could still do. So, what could the price do? Once I've already pointed out these two trades to you, the other logically possible trades for today are our usual option zones and our usual retracements. I'll mark them for you in a different color, and as usual, the trades are the typical price reversals and the option zones. So today we definitely have only 3 option zones. They're all good because we have this last one down here, below the daily liquidity. We have this one which is the closing of the entire fair value gap, and we have this one for the continuation of the long where there's the daily fair value gap. Well, these are all trades. Will they go for them today or not? We have the statistics on our side that at least one of these 0 TE levels gets taken, right? So if they're going to take them right now, honestly, guys, I would aim for this one. I wouldn't want to see the price down here, because if it gets there, the whole day will probably be short and we won't be able to get in, obviously. So if the whole day is going to be short, the only possible trade to take could be this retracement. I don't see the price down here, absolutely not. I also see the price up here. So what's the possible or the best entry we can take? Definitely, guys, it's from 7:30 p.m. or possibly with the mitigation of the hourly or 4H fair value gap to catch the continuation of the long. As you can see, these are very volatile days, guys. We have about 300 points to reach the upper option zone and about 200 points to reach the lower option zone. The chart still hasn't given too many signals yet, okay? Since it left this out, and let's look at it more closely even on the 5-minute chart, since it left this out, in my opinion, it wasn't possible to take the long, at least for now. So I hope the price drops, gives me a confluence at this level, or possibly another confluence at the 4-hour fair value gap. Since these are very large zones, guys, don't just take a line as your area, think of it more like a whole sector, okay? When the price gets into this sector, if it gives you some confluences to enter, that's where we'll take them, okay? So for now, this is fine as it is. Now I'll give you, the auction zones, okay? The right figure, and let's take a look at both Nasdaq and SP. Let's start with those on Nasdaq, which go from 23,815 to 23,795. And this, guys, is the first call. We don't have a second call because we probably don't have enough strike volume. For now, the price is only covered if it happens to reach this area here. The SEC, the first put, I said either zone or 0 TE, goes from 23,335 to 23,315, okay? This area too, guys, pay maximum attention. It's also very interesting to maybe catch a retracement from this area here. The second put goes from 23,025 to 23,050, okay? So even from here, guys, if the price happens to reach this point, our potential long to catch the retracement will be much stronger, because if we calculate how far it could go, we're talking about more than 500 points. For now, guys, I would leave this area out. I would focus either on this one or possibly this area up here. Now, as far as the Nasdaq is concerned, we've covered everything. Let's take a look at SP, where I'll show you the 3 TE zones, also known as option zones for SP, and let's mark them down. So, the first call is from 6,525 to 6,515. The first put goes from 6,440 to 6,430. The second put, guys, this one is actually nicer compared to the Nasdaq's. It goes from 6,405 to 6,395. So, from 6,405 to 6,395. Alright guys, I've told you everything. Let's be really careful. It's only Monday after all. I've told you the zones and the movements I expect as well. Be careful because today the price is very volatile. If we go back to the Nasdaq for a moment, just to show you, we have, well, this whole area here that needs to be mitigated. So really guys, maximum caution if you enter. Be very careful. Use very small sizes, okay? But seriously, because either way, you can see for yourselves how it's a bit tough today, okay? So that's all for today. Thanks for stopping by. I remind you, any interaction you have with the channel really helps us a lot. A whole lot. A follow, guys, a comment, anything at all helps us out. We truly appreciate your incredible support, which has been instrumental in helping us grow so remarkably well. It is thanks to each and every one of you that we have achieved this significant progress, and we are deeply grateful for your continued dedication. Naturally, our aspiration is to continue this positive trajectory and expand even further, reaching new milestones with your ongoing encouragement. Therefore, we extend our heartfelt thanks for taking the time to stop by and engage with us today. Please accept a very big and warm hug from your friend, Dave.